I think it's recording. Hold on. It's recording. Okay. I'm trying to be quietish because it's currently 11:30 at night. I don't think anyone will hear me. I think Beth's gone to sleep, and I don't know where my other roommates are. But, part 2 of your bedtime stories. Isn't this a pretty book? So pretty. Yes, I agree with all of the points in your email. I especially like the bit about the dad being Superman. And, yes, not sure why the frog prince turned back into a prince from being thrown at a wall. That's not what usually happens when someone is thrown against a wall. But, yeah. You might be wondering why I'm recording this with my camera this time, to which I would answer that I felt like you needed to see my facial expressions. No reason. I had a reason. I don't remember what it was. Hopefully you'll just enjoy it more this way. So, this second story is called The Giant and the Tailor. A certain tailor, who was great at boasting but ill at doing, took it into his head to go abroad for a while, and look about the world. As soon as he could manage it, he left his workshop, and wandered on his way over hill and dale, sometimes hither, sometimes thither. Thither. Sounds like I'm saying scissor with a lisp. But I'm not. I'm saying hither, thither, thither. But ever on and on. Once, when he was out, he perceived in the blue distance a steep hill, and behind it a tower reaching to the clouds, which rose up out of a wild, dark forest. "Thunder and lightning!" cried the tailor. "What is that?" I'm going to start saying that now instead of, "Oh my goodness," or "Wow." Thunder and lightning. That's what I'm going to say. And he was strongly goaded by curiosity. He went boldly towards it. But what made the tailor, and no, I didn't make the obvious Star Trek reference, you'll have to do that yourself, it was implied. But what made the tailor open his eyes and mouth when he came near it was to see that the tower had legs, and leapt in one bound over the steep hill, and was now standing as an all-powerful giant before him. "What dost thou want here, thou tiny fly's leg?" cried the giant, with a voice as if it were thundering on every side. The tailor whimpered, I want just to look about and see if I can earn a bit of bread for myself in this forest." If you wanted to earn bread, the forest doesn't seem like the place to do it, but... "If that is what thou art after," said the giant, "thou mayst have a place with me. If it must be, why not? What wages shall I receive?" "Thou shalt hear what wages thou shalt have. After every year 365 days, and when it is leap year, one more into the bargain. Does it suit thee?" "All right," replied the tailor, and thought in his own mind, "A man must cut his coat according to his cloth. I will try to get away as fast as I can." On this the giant said to him, "Go, little ragamuffin, and fetch me a jug of water." Princess Bride reference. Again, not making the obvious reference, even though I guess I just did. "Had I not better bring the well itself at once, and the spring too?" asked the boaster, and went with the pitcher to the water. "What? The well and the spring too?" growled the giant in his beard, for he was rather clownish and stupid, and began to be afraid. "That knave is not a fool, he was a wizard in his body. Be on thy guard, old Hans. This is no serving man for thee." Apparently the giant's name is Hans. When the tailor had brought the water, the giant bade him go into the forest, and cut a couple of blocks of wood, and bring them back. "Why not the whole forest at once with one stroke? The whole forest, young and old, with all that is there, both rough and smooth?" asked the little tailor, and went to cut the wood. "What, the whole forest, young and old, with all that is there, both rough and smooth, and the well and its spring too?" growled the credulous giant in his beard, and was still more terrified. "The knave can do much more than bake apples, and has a wizard in his body. Be on thy guard, old Hans, this is no serving man for thee." When the tailor had brought the wood, the giant commanded him to shoot 2 or 3 wild boars for supper. "Why not rather 1,000 at one shot, and bring them all here?" inquired the ostentatious tailor. Wow, vocabulary! "What?" cried the timid giant in great terror. "Let well alone tonight, and lie down to rest." The giant was so terribly alarmed that he could not close an eye all night long for thinking what would be the best way to get rid of this accursed sorcerer of a servant. Time brings counsel. Next morning the giant and the tailor went to a marsh, round which stood a number of willow trees. Then said the giant, "Hark thee, tailor, seat thyself on one of the willow branches. I long of all things to see if thou art big enough to bend it down." All at once the tailor was sitting on it, holding his breath and making himself so heavy that the bough bent down. When, however, he was compelled to draw breath, it hurried him, for unfortunately he had not put his goose in his pocket. So high into the air that... hurled him! No, hurried. I'm assuming it meant hurled, because he didn't have his goose in his pocket. So high into the air that he was never seen again, and this to the great delight of the giant. If the tailor has not fallen down again, he must be hovering about in the air. That's your second story. I don't know what to do with that one. Draw your own conclusions. I really don't know what to make of that. But, yes, glad your surgery went well, I'm assuming, because your email seems to be, pretty cheerful. I enjoyed the bit about the ninja reflexes with the mosquito. I'm proud of that. I have been plagued by a army of Franks in my room. We set out a trap of peanut butter on the shelf outside in the hallway. We'll see if that works. Yeah, text Shell. I think her number changed though, so check Facebook and see about that. And it is now still only like 11:30, but I'm gonna maybe try to go to bed. Maybe. We'll see. Either way, I think my camera's going to die, so I'll have to end the recording, but I will talk to you later. Probably. At some point, whenever you feel, awake enough, I guess. So hopefully this recording will lull you to sleep. I'm sorry for the dreams it might give you, but, okay. Bye.